Shalom. Call halal Yahweh by Shema Shai by Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. To the scattered, hopefully elect that are scattered among the four corners of the earth, among the heathen nations that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners. And to the Yaquap that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago. And this lesson is basically about, this was a video that Dabu 7 put out. And this is Idaho begins fining and jailing those that break lockdowns. Just also saw a video with Lisa Cabrera about the military and how it's affecting them. And they're not really talking about it much, but it's affecting the military, and how there's over 13,000 cases in America now, and that it does affect and kill young people as well. So I do believe that this is a hoax just being used to move an agenda, but the threat is very real. But that's neither here nor there, because this lockdown is real. And I don't think that they're going to pull these things back. I think that this is the beginning of Jacob's, Jacob's trouble, and it's not going to slow down, because the scriptures did say that it's like a woman in travail, and once the contraction starts, then So without any further ado, let's play some of the video here of Dabu 7, and then we'll go into the scriptures.
This is Dabu 7.
That's a little low. Let's turn it up. I don't know who comes in here behind me.
People to self-isolate starting yesterday. Now they're saying that this order directs all individuals living in Blaine County, all cities in Blaine County, in all unincorporated areas of Blaine County to go into this mode, to self-isolate. And you can see here it gives directions on what's going on, but this is out of Idaho. And in the end, what this basically says is that if you get caught breaking this, you will be hit with a misdemeanor that is punishable by a fine, jail time, or both. So we've talked about the lockdowns in this country, how they've been using the soft wordage like self-quarantine and to self-isolate instead of saying mandatory lockdown and things of that nature. But yet this is exactly what is happening. Anytime you have police or authorities enforcing anything, then that's mandatory. And at this point, anyone that gets caught in Idaho is going to see some repercussions. And I feel that this is going to expand further into further states as the days go by. But it begins here in Idaho, in this county. And I want to make folks aware. I will leave a link below.
That's enough on that. But basically, I'm forced to agree with Dabu 7. This thing is going to have an escalating snowball effect. All right, it's not going to be pulled back, and that also means that the famine of the word is coming, and that also means that the RFID microchip is right around the corner, because they are going to use this event to finish off the dollar. This is a perfect cover to hide or disguise or blame the crash or the fall of the dollar on. This way they can save face and not look like the imbeciles that don't know how to rule that they are. But this is Isaiah 55:6, and it reads, "Seek ye Yahweh while he may be found, call ye upon him while he is still near." So basically the doors of mercy are beginning to shut. All right, the doors of mercy are seriously beginning to shut. All right, this is it's not what I'm looking for. All right, next scripture is going to be Second Ezra 15. I'm going to read verses 12 through 19. All right. So this is Second Ezra 15. And 12 through 19. And it reads, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and the punishment of God that God shall bring upon it. It's almost like this is coming out in every lesson, because this is the time that we're living in. This is a prophecy at hand, directly at hand. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting of hell and with the fearful constellation. So yeah, the farmers aren't doing too well, but this also can be referring to work. That, lots of businesses are shutting, lots of people are losing their jobs. And and then you have a president that will get on TV, and these Edomites will get on TV and talk about how great the job the president has done, and this, that, and the other, and the market was there, and this and there. And the market has gone up, but yet you've had 25,000 stores shut in a 2-year period. This virus hit in the middle of a what they were calling the retail apocalypse. So this place was on its way out. This virus is just a cover. All right, America was in trouble before this virus hit. This virus just sped everything up, because everything that's happening now was going to happen, and not that far in the future. All this virus did was speed everything up. The water Yahweh Bashem Nawashai. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And it's going to get real bad. You've seen little skirmishes here and there, women duking it out over toilet tissue and paper towels, water and hand sanitizers. Well, it's going to get a whole lot worse. All right. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor their princes. In the course of their action, they shall stand in their power. So people are going to get tired of being locked down. All right. The fact that you got people getting fined and jail time and that sort of thing is already showing you that people are starting to rebel. That insurrection is coming. Okay, because Americans are too spoiled, and they have that entitled mindset. All right. Verse 17: A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And we've been telling you that these things happening have never happened before, and America has never been in the territory where it is now. This is like a fighter who won all his fights in the first and second round, and now he's fighting that fight with that fighter who survived his onslaught and is taking him into those later rounds, and he don't know what to do, because he's tired and he's starting to take that beating. All right, he found someone that could backpedal and throw them punches and backpedal, and now that person is pushing forward and he's finding himself backpedaling. They don't know what to do. All right. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, and a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So people are going to start invading each other's houses, kicking in each other's doors, hunting and searching for resources, food, women, all that. Candy, alcohol, toilet paper, medicine. You're going to have people that are doing it because they're desperate to feed their families. You're going to have people who are just doing it because hey, check this out. While Jacob was buying toilet tissue and all these other things, Esau was cleaning out the gun stores. And they have the memes of the big oversized bang looking Edomite bodybuilder looking type dude kicking in the door with the meme that says, if you bought all those supplies and don't own a firearm, you bought all that shit for me. And that's going to be the mindset. And if you got a decent looking daughter or wife, they're going to leave. They're either going to stay in your place or they're gonna leave. When they do leave there, they taking your wife or your daughter or both of them with them. That's what this is coming to. All right, and that's just real talk. And what is that gonna do? That's gonna lead to this chip. All right, because they're gonna swoop in after they let the chaos go for a while. They're gonna swoop in with the solution and go digital on the money, on the currency. This is Revelation 13 and 14. And it says, and he deceiveth them that dwelleth on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had the power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on earth, that they should make an image of the beast, which had a wound by a sword and did live. And that was the Roman Empire. It was that fourth beast. All right, that fourth great kingdom that did rule here on the earth. And the Roman Empire, and basically Esau, Edom, was wounded, all right, because Jake took over. The so-called Negroes took over Rome. When it went from being the pagan Roman Empire, when it turned into the Holy Roman Empire, was when you had black Caesars. You can Google that. There's evidence to prove it. All right? Like when you watch that movie Gladiator, all right, the majority of that people in that movie should have been just dark people, people of color, because Esau was subservient at that time. All right? They had fallen. And most of them had been forced up into the Caucasus Mountains around that time. All right, those Marcus and the general and the royal Commodus, those were all Negroes, so-called Negroes, Israelites. Okay, because Rome fell, and then for 1,000 years Jacob ruled, and then basically in 1492 was when Esau came fully back into power. They started coming back into power again in the late 1300s. All right, and the fall of Granada, when the Moors lost control over Portugal and Spain, so-called Negroes that were ruling there, and all the relics are still there to prove it. All those beautiful places and all throughout Spain and Portugal and Florence, those were built by so-called Negroes, man. All right, and that was one of the last strongholds. Then after that, Rome, not Rome, but Britain, Ireland, and Scotland fell. All right, and Cromwell took over. The Edomites took over that too, and became the new royals. So Esau came back into power, that fourth beast. All right, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and that image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So, hey, this jumped 500 years, because it went from the downfall and then uprising of Esau to modern time, man. All right, so if you don't understand the Bible, man, if the Lord haven't given this unto you, you're not going to get this. That's why you need to be taught. You need a teacher. All right. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in his right hand or in his forehead. They're talking about letting the inmates out. And what do you think they're going to let them out under what's going to be one of the conditions? The main condition is that they're going to mark them with that chip so that they can keep up with them and track them. It says small and great, free and bond. The rich, the poor. All right, the people, the civilians, and the people that are jailed. Everyone's going to get this mark, man. Okay? And it says, and matter of fact, let me jump over to Revelation 16 and 2, because you get that mark. You mark for death anyway. Here's the proof. And this is Revelation 16 and 2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. And in my Bible, there's a precept of Exodus 9 and 9. So let's go to Exodus 9 and 9 and see what it says. All right. It's also how you know that America is spiritually Egypt and Babylon. All right. It says, why? Because it embraced all the gods of those ancient lands, all the customs. All right. There's a pyramid on the dollar, an obelisk, Egyptian obelisk all over America. All right, which is basically a phallic symbol. As a matter of fact, the men of America, businessmen, wear that same phallic symbol hanging from their neck. Basically a necktie. is to show your allegiance to Egypt, to show your allegiance to their sex gods, to the because a necktie is basically a representation of a penis. Okay, the bow tie is testicles. So either way, you got you got either a dick hanging from your neck or balls hanging from your neck. All right, a man's nutsack, which is sick that you would do such a thing. But this is Babylon, which is Egypt. But this is Exodus 9:9, and it shall become small dust in all the land of Egypt, and shall be a boil breaking forth with bombs upon man and upon beast throughout all the land of Egypt. So the people who get that chip, they're gonna break out, all right, with some sort of sickness, which is going to kill them, man. All right. Yep, and like it said back in Revelation 16 and 2, it said a grievous sword is gonna break out upon them. Okay. But back to Revelation 13, verse 16, it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So you're not going to be able to go to the store to buy goods and services, to buy cars, to pay for your home, your house, to go back and forth, to pay your fare on the train or the bridge without having it. And they already know that they're going to meet a lot of resistance. That's why you see so many military being activated on the streets of America, starting in New York. Now imagine there's a ton of them in California too. Verse 18. Here is wisdom, let him that understand have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. All right. Last scripture, man, just to prove that point. All right. This is 2 Ezra 11 and verse 59. That point about that fourth beast. All right, which is Rome. Okay, but the point is in this is 2 Ezra 11, and the point is in 39, but I'm gonna start in 38, and it says, "Hear thou, I will talk with thee, and the highest will say unto thee, art not thou it that remainest of the four beasts, whom I made to reign in my world, that at the end of their times might come through them?" So that's talking about, that's Esau Edom's rulership. He said he was set up over the kingdom, the basis of men. And now their time is up. Manifest Destiny Part 2 is starting. Call Halal Yahweh Bashim Al Shai Bashim Wakar Kodash Wa Abba Babal Shalom.